Hi, welcome to Imagine the MidJourney Journey of Rick McCawley. Hey, I'm Rick McCawley. I'm a professor of graphic design and photography at Broward College in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I've just become addicted to this new thing called MidJourney. To get you started, I'm going to put the link to the getting started information. But basically, you have to create a Discord account. Discord is an app that's been used in the gaming industry for like chatting with each other. It's sort of like Zoom for the gaming community, kind of thing. And then that's where actually MidJourney, the application, resides, and that's the interface that you'll be working with. The second place is go to midjourney.com, which you'll kind of see here in a second. And this is MidJourney's webpage. As part of MidJourney, when you join, you get your own webpage that has every single piece that you've ever created in all your time on MidJourney. So it has options for a free account for a very short period of time. You'll use it up in the first couple of hours the way that I did. And then you'll probably get addicted and you'll want to look at the $10 plan. You'll blow through that in a couple of more days. So I've only been on there a month and a half and I've made 12,000 images and I spent 250 hours in this thing. I'm going to give you a couple of tips. Join at the $30 level. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's a pizza and some, a movie. So, get over it, pay the $30 a month. You're supporting really an amazing kind of platform. Artificial intelligence is just way beyond my expectations. So you join the MidJourney community and it keeps track of you. $30 a month is what you get. And you can go into what's called a relax mode. So you could very quickly in a week's time burn through all the hours that you have and the time that you have to use, but I'll show you how to get into relax mode and then you can work a little bit quicker. So take a look in MidJourney and go and get inspired. So if you look at the community feed, for example, you're going to see all the best images that people are creating, and you're going to learn a little bit about prompt crafting. Prompt crafting basically is learning how to get the right words. So let's say I like this image because I'm working on a children's book right now. So go in with an expectation of what you want to do, or maybe just go be inspired by other people's work. And you'll take a look at the image and you'll see right below, cute little witch comes up with a recipe for dandelion pie, artwork by Elsa Beskow. So a basic descriptor of what you want to get. Then you can have a style. It could be steampunk. It could be Pablo Picasso. It could be Dali. It could be multiple artists, and I highly recommend that because you end up with some really fun stuff at the end. So Pixar movie done by Salvador Dali is what I'd imagine. You can even reference things like particular Pulp Fiction, the movie, or Wes Craven, or whatever it happens to be. Then you'll see these three little dots, and you'll see that you can copy the full command. That's the actual thing you're going to feed the AI to get the pictures back. And I'm going to go ahead and copy that. That's going to copy this cute little witch part. But also, if there's a reference photo that was used in the process of doing this, it'll copy that as well. So I usually start my day being inspired by other people's work, and then I go start to create my own. Here's something that I did recently. And so this is little blonde girl throws a birthday party for her large Pixar-style monster best friend wearing a party hat, sitting on a small stool, blowing out a candle on a small birthday cake, Pixar style. Version 4 is the latest version. It just came out about 3 weeks ago, and it's been updated already a couple times, but oh my God, it's so for real. It is insanely creative. Here's some of the stuff I've just created tonight, and it's all over the place, as you could see. So what I do is I actually go into MidJourney, and there's the robot that you're talking to. There's a bunch of groups. Start at the top and get your home announcements, information. Look at the rules very carefully. No words like breast or whatever. It's very, very PG-13, and you can't get away with any kind of nudity whatsoever, or attempting to do so will get you banned off the site. So it is open forum, so you have newbies start in the newbie area, and as you get to be super users, I've created more than 5,000. I'm at 10,000 club now, I think. You can actually take a look in those rooms, and those are works being done by different people. Discussions, philosophy, prompt chat, that's a great place to go if you want to learn how to do this, but I'm about to show you the way that I work with this. Image jams, and there's even showcases paint overs, favorites, daily themes, that you can go in and take a look at what that is. And then you get down to the bottom. So you can go right to the bot and have your prompt go to the bot eventually and create your own channel. Or you could go into one of the general theme rooms and you could take a look at the work being done right then and now by some of the artists. For some reason, I've got a slow internet, of course. That's exactly when I start to work. Oh, here we go. So you see something that you like, and here's what I do also. Besides going to MidJourney and taking a look at it, someone creates something you kind of like, you want to pick it apart and figure out how they did it. So what I do is I come in here, do a screenshot, crop it down to just the parts I need, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to save it to my photos, and I'm going to keep on going, and I'm going to now go and enter a prompt. So 2 things you want to do right off the bat, go in here /. That's how you get the imagine command, which is the beginning of every prompt that you make. You can go into what's called relax mode. Let me try that one more time. Relax, and then hit enter, and then you're in done. Your jobs do not consume fast hours, but might take a little bit longer. Typically, a full prompt like the set of 4 pictures will take maybe 2 minutes. In fast mode, it might take 1. So it's not a huge thing, but you can stack them up. I've done as many as 8 prompts at a time, and it just keeps stacking them up, and eventually it will run them. What I'll do is I'll just do 3 at a time. I'll leave the room, I'll come back, and then I'll pick my favorites. Have a sandwich, have some coffee. You'll find yourself doing this at 3 o'clock in the morning, so that's a good idea to take a look at that. Other things you can do in there is the prompt called settings. I highly recommend you do that. Hit enter again, and then you have these different modes. Oops, let me try that one more time. Sorry about that. Settings, there you go. So you've got MJ4. I don't know why this is bopping around. Here we go. There we go. So the live stream is happening, so that's why it's bouncing around so much. MJ4 is what the latest version. So if you always want to use that, you don't want to have to put --V space 4 every single time you make a prompt. Put that on. Base quality, great place to be. High quality will run you twice the price, and you'll go through your $30 in really too much fast time. Style medium, that's great. Regular upscale, okay. So a light upscale, so it will actually make a good quality, high quality upscaling of it. Beta upscale is available. You can have that automated into the process. I don't recommend it. 2 other things you want to do. Relax mode makes it no charge whatsoever for all the prompts you want to do. 12,000 in 1 month is a lot. And then the remix mode allows you to remix your images and start over by entering a prompt and changing one of the features of it. I'll show you that in just a minute. So I'm going to take my prompt in here, and I'm going to go ahead and make the prompt imagines first. Then I just hit paste because I just got that piece. Now, the one thing I didn't like about Cute Little Witch comes up with a recipe for dandelion pie, artwork by Elsa, right? I'm going to say Cute Little Witch comes up with recipe pie, and I'm going to put in there instead, I'm going to take off the version 4 because that's already in there because I chose version 4 as my default. I'm going to say Pixar. Children's storybook. And you can use the word style, although it kind of figures it out for you. So in general, all of your prompts start this way. If you want to add photorealistic, if you want to add Salvador Dali or steampunk or something other crazy. So a cute little witch, cute little child, witch, comes up with a recipe for dandelion pie. Okay, I'm just going to give that a shot and see what happens, okay? So we'll give that a few minutes to start working. While we're doing that, I'm going to go check my queue. So you go to the top, and this is on my phone, by the way. Go to the @ sign, so that's every mention of you. This is what I was working on before. I found out tonight that someone's been using, or everybody's been using, emojis. So you can see that the little mermaid emoji and a princess. And then I added the words mermaid queen on coral reef, Vogue fashions photo fashion shoot, version 4, upscale beta. And that's what it got me. So I'm going to take that image, go to it in the stream. Then I'm going to take that image and download it. And that's the up resolution version. I can go and make another version of that, detailed up version, or remaster it all together. And then let's wait just a second here. And by the time we get back, it's still working. So this is the things that I've been working on today. Earlier, I did a birthday party for a monster. So this is Laughing Little Blonde Girl throws a happy birthday party for her large Pixar-styled monster. So I'm doing a children's book, so I want to make it fun. It's about my daughter. It's inspired by her and how creative she is. We used to always read to her every single night. And so her imagination was open because the imagination when we were reading Harry Potter before the movies came out was whoever she wanted to imagine and what things looked like was inside her brain. She's incredibly creative and would paint and illustrate and do makeup videos. And, she's 26 years old now. But it was like this idea that if you give them a blank canvas instead of being, somehow mediated to all the time and sent to an iPad as a boob tube kind of a thing, right? That they will come up with creative things and ideas. So to inspire her creativity, I want to talk to other children and talk about the idea that reading from your parents or reading yourself and finding your own adventures. So in the book that I'm designing, she has a cat in fact, I'll show you some pictures from the project while we're waiting. She has a cat. She has little monsters that she goes and visits over time. And so the whole thing started with, her love of reading. And so I started creating all of these characters. And this is in version 3 of MidJourney. You can see the quality sort of painterly. And I was using prompts like children's storybook. So she's got a black cat. The black cat, once they go to bed, they would take the story they were reading that day and they would follow it into this magical world. And the cat would become alive and talk to the little girl. And then version 4 of the software got a lot better. It understood what a magic carpet was, it understood what a book was. And so I started making better and better images. Then the quality just got way up. The cat wasn't black in this case. But so I go through these iterations of all these different versions and trying out different techniques. This is a paper cut style of artwork. Little blonde girl reading so I've used that little blonde girl as the starting point. I'm trying to get an actual face that's perfect for her. So then I'll go back and rerun these, and maybe on version 5 or whatever it is by that time. And so I'm crafting the story pieces, and then little monster prompt here was imaginary friends was the prompt, which seems incredibly, and children's book characters coming to life in a book. That was a fun little prompt. And then I went off and tried to do some of those. Some paper crafting adventures, little monsters coming alive in a book. Next thing you know, you've got all these pieces. And of course, the real trick is then to put them together. And I've consistently tried to, keep it a little blonde girl, and then she's going to go on these adventures. This one, a space whale eating a star, visits a very cute blonde girl, high fantasy, art nouveau, fairy tale. So you can see there's multiple layers of this. The words studio lighting, that's a style of photography. 8K gives you high definition photographs with a shallow depth of field typically. And then the chaos gives a randomness. So you see the variation between all 4 of these images as a result is quite extensive. Anyway, so over time, you kind of pick what you want to do. And then I started loving this image. And then I'm trying to make that one, again today. So you can take a look at what I'm iterating. So each one of these things might take a couple of 100 hours, and I'm working on majorly different kind of projects. One about the environment and, other pieces of the puzzle of what I want to do. Okay, so you can see that the picture that I started from, that I took the prompt from that person, I've changed it so much. So it's a little chill witch. So it doesn't even say child witch. I guess the D got dropped off when I copied and pasted the text. But I kind of like this. And when I look at these, I don't like the eyes closed in the bottom one, but I like the top one and the bottom one there. That's definitely cute. and the very first one as well. All right, so I'm going to upscale number 4 for sure. I think I'm going to upscale number 1 just for fun. And then I'm going to redo all of them. And I'm going to hit this button right here. For some reason, the system is slowed down to a crawl. Whenever they do little updates to the system, sometimes you'll find yourself kind of waiting. That's all part of the deal, though, too, right? Anyway, so the idea is to keep going and keep crafting and take a look at other people's work, get inspired by it, see what you want to try, find new ways, like things like using emojis to do prompt crafting, brand new thing, just started that tonight, but it ends up with great results. So keep experimenting, follow a bunch of Facebook pages. There's a bunch that have the word prompt and MidJourney in them. Tons of YouTube videos, probably 10 a day, are being produced by multiple people, and I guess including myself now. Follow and find out what you actually want to do with it, because that's the question. Like, as artists, are we like just going to be dilettante little monkeys at a typewriter trying to create Shakespeare? Or are we going to actually go do something useful that might be a story that we tell, or an environmental issue that we want to attack, or whatever else that we want to do? So decide what it is that you really care about. I care about children's imagination. I care about my environment. I care about photography. I care about images and how rich they can be, and how I can feed my imagination by being inspired by all those people out there that are in these different rooms. So I'll just kind of randomly go through sometimes, and I'll see some idea that someone's using a 4K glowing egg being created by bioluminescent mycelium, detailed darkness, hyper. I mean, just the kind of stuff that's out there will blow your mind, is what people are actually creating. And then especially where I'm inspired is if you go to the MidJourney website, and every day you will see these extraordinary pieces being done by the tool that is MidJourney. So I look at it, some people are going to say, like they did for painters said about photography, that's not an art form. Well, guess what? Making choices and making positions and working your ass off is what art is about. It's about having something to say that's a cultural reference point, part of the zeitgeist, part of your life's experience that bring you to this point where you want to do this. And if you just want to come up here and make gamer art, or just, make your your softcore porn, or whatever you want to do, it's all there. It's all about an open shared environment. Don't grab onto someone else's prompt and upscale their pictures. Copy it like I do and then alter it and make it your own. It's about creating something new and sharing in a community. You can pay extra $20 a month, and it'll get you a private room where nobody else gets to see your prompts or anything. But if you want to learn from the best, there they are, and you can take a look at She-Ra, Princess of Power, 80s graphic design, high contrast, light pink, pink, yellow, white. For some reason, I don't have my internet's not working very well here. Anyway, I hope that's inspiring to you and get you started on the idea. And go back and forth and take a look at having Discord running, having your browser running, and having your photos running, so you can go take a look at maybe a prompt that you used earlier. You can copy and paste your own prompts, and of course build off of what you did before. When they went from version 3 to version 4, I went back in here and started all over again on some of the stuff I had done a long time ago. So I'm going to take this old prompt, I'm going to kind of, this isn't that old actually, paste it in there. Make sure that the text is written correctly. Sometimes it takes off a space in that when you copy and paste the text, and then rerun it. And you can see I've got multiple things going on at the same time, and it will just keep stacking up the artwork, and it'll come in the door. So there's that cute little girl that I would really like that picture. That's fun. Not something I'm going to use because it's my daughter and she's blonde, but she might have a friend that cooks and bakes. In fact, I think that's one of the best things you could do with children is read them books, just activate their imagination, let them be the creators of their life and their environment, and you will end up with grown children that are just spectacular and wonderful to be around. Hope, love, and creativity to all of you. And till next time, I'll see you. It's Rick McCawley on Imagine. Take care. MidJourney. Bye-bye.